These people, they always trying to make me simple. Too flirty, too confident, too much. As if being magnetic cancels out being meaningful. They take presence for performance, but I'm not performing. I'm just alive. Isn't that the most dangerous thing about the woman? Being alive in her body and in her mind? They want mystery, but, make it predictable. Be passionate, but not too loud about it. And I think it's funny because I think the mystery dies the second you try to pin it down. It's funny, isn't it? We spent, God, so much of our life to make sure that we are not too much for everyone. And in all of that, we forget how to be enough for ourselves. People always told me that I'm too much, too sensitive, too emotional, too fragile. But I don't think that's fragility. I think that's perception. I think I'm just able to feel and see the vibrations of truth that other people are drowning out. There is a certain strength in softness. It's the ability to stay open even when the world is trying to close you off. When I care too much, when I love too deeply. I don't think that's weakness. I think that's courage. Discipline saved my life, but it also caged me. I built life out of structure. Plans, lists, control. People praise that. They call it power. But I don't know. Sometimes it just feels like fear wearing heels. Because all that order doesn't guarantee peace, and chasing perfection doesn't promise fulfillment. You can plan every single step and still wake up lost. I used to justify my self-worth in productivity, as if every minute had to justify my existence. But what if purpose is not something you build, it's something you just allow? So I learned to unplan a little, let life surprise me and see if I'm not gonna fall apart. Great, my turn to talk about feelings. Haha, yay. Look, I really like when we get very deep. I do, but I think sometimes we just overcomplicate all of this finding yourself thing. What if it's not about finding yourself? What if it's about stopping the marathon of avoiding yourself for at least 5 minutes? I mean, all the versions of me you've seen, they all showed up because they needed to. The soft one got through heartbreak, and the boss one paid the bills. The seductive one still reminds me that I have some fire left in me. And me, I guess I'm just the comic relief for existential crisis. I mean, someone's gotta be. I feel like humor is just how I breathe in chaos. It's not detachment, it's just a survival skill. Because if I can laugh in pain, I can't be fully consumed by it. I used to believe that I had to audition for the role of myself, like I had to pick a character and play it perfectly until forever. But then I understood that all these fragments of me, they are not parts of a broken person. They are just a very individualized notes of a very complex chord. And I think every woman is a tapestry woman from her own contradictions. I mean, we are the stillness and the storm, the prayer and the protest, the wound and how we heal it. We are all of it, all at the same time. So no, I don't want to be easily defined. Because definition is like a conclusion. My story is still written. I think people crave certainty more than truth. They want to know what you are, not who you are. Because who changes, and change terrifies them. But what if the goal is not to be understood, it's to be felt? Because when you're felt, you're beyond logic. People see themselves in you, you become their mirror, and that confuses them. But I think that's kind of cool. I think that's divine. I think duality is the most human thing about us. It makes us human. And when you stop apologizing for being made of contradictions, you finally start living instead of performing. It's like for so long I thought I had to pick one version of myself to be consistent with. The calm one, the sweet one, the reliable one, the boss lady one. I don't know, that's kind of exhausting to live constantly editing the story. In psychology they say that identity is a narrative we tell ourselves, but in spirituality they say that it's just a costume for the soul. And I kind of like that. What if I'm just love that is wearing different clothes every single day and changing the outfits? Love wearing different clothes. That's good. But can we be real for a second? People lose their minds when they can't label you. Are you a soft girl or a boss babe? Girl, I'm a human being who cries over astrology memes and negotiates boundaries like a lawyer. Both coexist. Psychologists say we experience cognitive dissonance when something doesn't fit our categories. So when someone can't define you, it's not that you are too complex, it's just their brain can't handle ambiguity. So they just reduce you to feel safe. But maybe we are meant to make people a little bit uncomfortable because that's how they grow and that's how we grow. Growth requires disruption because there is no order without chaos. I mean, people tend to forget that discipline and freedom aren't opposites, they literally feed each other. I built walls once, and you know what? I thought this structure's gonna protect me from all the judgment, and it only isolated me. Because what's the point of power if it's not balanced with vulnerability? True authority is looking at all your parts, the soft, the broken, the sensual, the sweet one, and saying, I run this kingdom. Not by suppressing them, but by letting them sit at the same table. I like the idea of kingdom. I would definitely have a lot of tea parties. But I think that's the point. There is ruler in every lover, a philosopher in every dreamer, and a realist in every poet. And when you start listening to them instead of silencing them, you stop living in fragments and you become whole. I think it's funny that everyone in this world wants to know what kind of woman you are. Are you a good one, the dangerous one, the quiet one, or the loud one? Oh, I used to play along. I used to choose. I mean, because choosing made people comfortable. But once I stopped, I became too hard to handle. Because choosing comfort, it's not freedom. It's just a disguise. I mean, yeah, too much to handle, but you know what? That's where the real power begins. And instead of choosing, when you embrace every single part of you, you become whole. And you don't need to be chosen anymore because you already are by yourself. Oh yeah, because apparently if I wear a lipstick, I'm looking for too much attention. If I wear a hoodie, well, I give up on my feminine side. I mean, sorry, I didn't understand this world has a dress code for self-worth. But I think that's the beauty of it, right? When you confuse them, you lose them. And when you lose them, you find yourself. And that's the paradox, isn't it? You only become defined once you stop trying to be. You're not meant to be simple. You're meant to be multidimensional, to make people question themselves. What do they know about you? We all want to be seen, but we are terrified of being misunderstood. So we curate, we edit, we hide behind irony, structure, or aesthetics. And that's okay for a while, because trying on versions of yourself is how you learn who you are not. May you give yourself grace to be a masterpiece and work in progress all at once. May you have the courage to honor every soul within you. This is the promise to myself, to stop apologizing for my own complexity, to honor the quiet dreamer and the fierce boss, to build the house for the philosopher, the realist, and every single future get that is yet to come. I will stop auditioning for the role I was born to own. I am the author, the actor, and the safe space for this unfolding story. Maybe I'm all of them, and maybe you're too. Maybe the goal isn't to pick a side, but to let every side speak.